beat the Georgia Bulldogs, you're gonna feel the bulldog.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton.
Boom. Hey, Clark. I'm just kidding. Boom, baby. We're here.
This is episode number 120. The Dawgs fall to the Crimson Tide yet again. What's new? 24-21 in Sanford Stadium this time. Man, this is one of the most demoralizing losses I've been a part of. Would you say so?
Yeah,
one of.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't good. Wasn't good, man. I think this one hurts, but not necessarily the loss itself. Yes, I know, but it just feels like it's a different feeling. This one is. I can't explain really exactly what it is. That maybe it's the standard slipping a little bit. You know, I always like to say, is it slipping a little bit, and where we're at now in college football, or I think too it hurt that it was in Athens, man.
Yeah,
we hadn't had it, and that's been a blessing that we haven't seen a loss between the hedges since 2019. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know, definitely a weird feel after this one, and but one that everybody and their brother saw that it was, you had a good feeling about it, but on the flip side, you knew, if one or two things doesn't go our way, then it could turn into the result that happened.
Yeah, so. And several things did not go our way, and sometimes that's football. But we're going to air it out on this episode. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly here. And,
that's right.
Just talk about it. And look, guys, there's a lot of football to be played, yet to be played this season.
That's exactly right.
And we at Row 60, we're always glass half full. And if you don't like that, guess what? You don't have to listen to us. There are plenty of other podcasts. There's plenty of other people out there that you could probably follow.
That'll be doom and gloom.
That will be doom and gloom. And we're just not going to be that, because we, for one, first of all, I'll say this. Well before the creation of Row 60, Adam and I were going to these games and we're experiencing losses that seemed much more detrimental to the program than this one specifically. And, many of you probably could say the same thing.
Yeah.
And, once again, the beauty of this 12-team playoff is if you get hot at the right time of the season and you are healthy at the end of the season, you got a really good shot.
That's exactly right, man. There won't be any more dynasties anymore in college football. And the degree of, I think we'll see that it'll be that teams that are healthy and hot in December are the ones that are going to win national championships, man. There's so much parity now in college football. This NIL and transfer portal has just changed the game here in the last 2 years, and us traditionalists, it's very hard to reshift our focus on that, man. But nowadays, and we just did it last year, you still won an SEC championship last year after you lost a heartbreaker to Alabama. Same time of the year, same game of the year and everything, fourth game of the year, and you wind up going 10-2 in the regular season, winning the SEC championship, getting a top 4 seed in the playoff, getting a bye, and of course you don't make it to the national championship or win a national championship, but you still have a successful season as far as winning the SEC and everything. So the season's not over losing to Alabama. This one definitely stung, and definitely raises some question marks on some upcoming opponents that we're going to get to, man. But I would just encourage everybody to just sit back and enjoy what college football has become as far as just the entertainment of not knowing what's going to happen week to week.
Yeah.
And truly, the rest of this Georgia football slate is going to be interesting to see what happens week to week.
For sure. All right, let's get started with this episode here. Normal format here. We got some shout-outs, some people we want to shout out.
Yes.
Talk about the Gameday Atmosphere per usual. It was a great atmosphere, by the way. We have a weekly concession stands report. Clark's not-so-fun facts. I only pull these out when Georgia loses.
Not so fun facts. Yeah, there we go.
We've got some breakdown on Georgia's offense, defense, special teams, and then the newest AP poll. And then we'll recap some of the last week's games, week 5 games that we didn't get to watch much of because we're watching Georgia, Alabama. Anyway, let's get started here.
Let's do it.
I want to shout out some people right quick. 3 people. The first being Thatcher Smith from New York. Thatcher became a patron, and we greatly appreciate your support there, Thatcher. Adam, we need to get up to New York to go see Rich Beck and Thatcher.
We do.
I don't know when would be a good time for us to do that.
Yeah, Thatcher, strong name, brother.
Yeah.
Thatcher.
Oh, yeah. Thatcher. I like
that.
Yeah. Maybe we should go up there. I know they have a very popular like UGA bar in New York City somewhere.
Yeah.
What if we did a live college show? Let me ask you this. What team in New York would we play in a playoff game on their campus? Like maybe Syracuse? I know that's not necessarily New York City, but
yeah, I guess it would be Syracuse. I don't know anybody in New York. New York City or anything. I don't know if we made the Pinstripe Bowl in the Bronx.
Oh, jeez.
There, but that would be bad.
Yeah,
if
we don't want to go
somehow
to
in the Pinstripe Bowl and not even an SEC affiliate in that bowl. I mean, things would have to happen. For
right,
sure.
right.
Yeah, but no, that's awesome, Thatcher. Appreciate you joining, man, and buckle up because after today it's going to be a wild one to end the year, so the rest of the way. So
absolutely
appreciate it.
We also have Chris Blackman from Laramie, Wyoming. He said he comes from a long line of UGA alumni and staff members. I think he also told me that, his love for Georgia football began around the David Green days, which is when I really, and you two, kind of grew up on those guys. So, Chris, appreciate the support, brother. And then the last two people, Brad and Ula Held from Jupiter, Florida. They have kind of a cool story. They're a dog couple with Northeast Georgia roots, just like us, Adam.
There we go.
They're now down in Florida, fighting the good fight in Gator territory and really towards Miami. But Ula is originally from Germany, but she's a lifelong USA resident, and her and Brad are both UGA alumni. So really cool stuff. Guys, we greatly appreciate y'all's support becoming Row 60 patrons. And if you want to join Patreon and become a Row 60 patron, just head on over to patreon.com/Row60, or you can download the Patreon app and search Row 60. It's just $5 a month, and every single penny helps us to travel to more road games, to produce more content for everybody. This past weekend, the patrons got a live knee-jerk reaction right after the game. That video that we filmed in the truck.
Good.
They got to see that. But,
good. Well, good.
We post some stuff like that, just bonus stuff,
That's right.
But,
That's right.
Yeah, go sign up if you're not already. It's going to be a good time the rest of the season. Got some more stuff planned.
Yeah, appreciate that, y'all, man. Appreciate the support. Look at that. Not one from Georgia. They're all Wyoming. Laramie, Wyoming. Would love to go there. And then down there in Florida and New York. That's awesome. So,
yeah, dogs all over the place, man. That's awesome. All right, let's discuss the game day atmosphere. If there was one thing that went right last night, Adam, it was the atmosphere, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, the fans were ready.
Oh,
fans brought their A game.
That we did.
Wild time. Wild time. And everybody, I think the stadium was electric. 25 minutes before the game, seats were filled.
Yeah.
Right? And there was just a buzz that you don't see every single SEC game. Like there was a long wait to have Alabama come to your stadium for the first time in a decade.
Right.
And the fans showed out. The fans did their part, I felt like.
Even before the game, the tailgating, man, was elite. I was planning on, and I still might do this, release a vlog of the day. I don't know. It's just kind of a somber thing when you lose and all the shots and stuff throughout the game, knowing eventually you're going to watch Georgia lose. I might still release it. I don't know.
And everybody comment Roll Tide on the video.
I don't know if I want to set us up for that. I'm still thinking on it. Still thinking on how to handle that. All that to say, as I was filming the vlog, I was going around campus. I went to North Campus. I went all the way down to Butts-Mehre and everywhere in between. And my gosh, the tailgating, you really don't realize it unless you just get a full lap around campus. But the tailgating is elite nowadays. It's awesome. I mean, Adam and I, we've been to places like the Grove at Ole Miss, the Quad at Bama. That's a really good spot.
Yeah.
And, those are great tailgating places, but the problem is everybody and their brother goes to that central location, and it is just so packed and hard to maneuver. And I don't know, it gets a little too crowded. The thing I love about Athens tailgating is it kind of feels like these small little neighborhoods and little pockets of tailgating throughout the campus. So it feels a little less congested and, I don't know, a little homier.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. I agree. It's definitely a unique feel and enjoy it. I love tailgating. I love it when it's good weather. I mean, there were some times where it would rain a little bit, but then clear up and overall good day.
Yeah.
As far as weather-wise, that it didn't just come a torrential downpour and rain out a lot of stuff and affect, I felt like, people's tailgate plans too.
Right. I also want to shout out the new LED wristband lights.
Amazing technology.
Agreed.
Amazing synchronization.
Yeah. It was awesome.
It was good. I'd never seen anything like that. Didn't know that was possible. Loved the red, white, and blue, too, during the national anthem. Got fired up for USA. Had a flyover, Clark.
Yeah.
Huge flyover fan, as I've noted many times on this program. And so it was good to see that. Good to see some patriotism.
Yes.
Out of everybody and their brother in the stadium, Alabama, Georgia, all that. We come together for the United States of America. Nothing like a Southeastern Conference football game with just some people fired up for America.
Yeah.
So I like that when we went red, white, and blue with old wristbands right there.
Yeah, I hope it's not one of those things. I need to get your take on this too.
Yeah.
I hope it's not one of those things that turns into, we wore these LED wristbands against Alabama in 2025. We're never bringing those back.
Right.
Do you think that's going to be the case or no?
Who knows? Who knows with that? I mean, it's probably with, of course, if you go prior history with obviously the blackout in 2008, that there's a stigma around black jerseys now for that. So the LED wristbands may be retired because of that,
and that's a shame.
And that is a shame. But they might bring them out next year.
They should.
So, good on whoever came up with that. Great idea, I thought.
Yeah.
Great engagement for the fans.
Right.
And all that good fun stuff.
I want a drone show next, but instead we have the fireworks for now, which are awesome. I love fireworks in general. I know you guys saw those on the TV if you're watching from home.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
No, I was just agreeing with you there. I do like the pyrotechnics.
And then the last thing, we got to bring up this. If you were at the game, you definitely know this. You probably were dreaming of it. When you laid your head down at night, Saturday night, you're probably dreaming of this song that goes, dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Adam, what'd you think about that song?
I'm telling you, I'm to the point now with how I think I've solved what we need to do in between snaps to keep the stadium.
I know where this is going.
To keep the stadium.
Let's hear it.
To keep the stadium juice, keep the energy. Like if there is a big, stop defensively, we're not going to have a sing along. We're not going to do that.
The dun, dun.
Yeah, we're not going to have an organ playing.
Okay. What are we going to do?
I don't listen to gangster rap.
Okay.
And it's okay if you do listen to gangster rap. That's just not me. I listen to it. But I think we need to have gangster rap music videos on the big screen to get everybody juiced to play it on the PA system, man.
I'm for it.
I would get everybody dancing.
The fans
on the
are going to love it.
The fans,
the
would
players,
love it,
everybody.
Else. I mean, especially, I'm sure a majority of these are in-state videos being produced, right? In
Atlanta.
Atlanta,
sure
right?
enough. Yeah, sure enough.
That is the capital of the hip-hop industry, right?
Right. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I clean versions of these videos, or maybe get some of these local, the Quavo. Is that his name?
Uh-huh.
Quavo and who doesn't he have a band or a group?
A band?
A group. Who is?
All right. Yes, he's in a group or was or kind of still is. Migos. But now Takeoff died a few years ago.
Did he?
Yes. So one part of the trio is gone.
That's not good.
So it's just two guys now. One being Quavo.
All right, but anyway, he's a good supporter of the Dawgs. I see him on the sidelines and everything. So he could make some like custom music videos, right?
Yeah,
to put it just for Sanford Stadium and stuff that are family friendly. And it always might be family friendly for all I know. I don't know. I've never seen one of Quavo's Vivos.
Vivos. Yes,
but anyway, so stuff like that to get juiced.
So you are not a fan of the dun dun dun?
No.
It's a big. So let me give you a little backstory.
Horrendous.
It's a big TikTok song right now for like hype videos.
Oh, that's why they did it. Dude.
So and it honestly
be culturally fitting.
Yes,
with the
and it was smart. I like it. I liked it until we started losing, and then I didn't like it.
Okay,
but it comes from the movie All Quiet on the Western Front. So if you've ever seen that movie, you're very familiar with it. Or if you went to the game last night, you're very familiar with it. You know what they should do next year? If I'm Alabama and I'm their operations team, you know what I'm doing?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
I'm doing that same song in their stadium when we go there next year. Because that haunts me. That song right now, it haunts me. It reminds me of Ty Simpson marching down the field on us.
Oh, boy.
So we do need to bury that song. Get rid of it. Sanford
Retired.
Stadium.
Done.
Yep. One and done.
We need to bring back in the air tonight.
Yes, Phil Collins.
Reminds me of the old Rick days of Joe Tereshinski being the strength and conditioning coach. Joe Tereshinski, I guess he was the second, back in circa 06.
Mm-hmm.
It'd always be in the bum bum.
You get the pom-poms going.
That was pregame when you did that. But that ended once Tereshinski left, I think. Or it might have been the whole remainder of the Rick there. I don't know. But definitely hadn't been any during the Kirby era. But that was a staple back in the day.
Last thing I want to say, the sing-alongs, we have got to start putting sing-alongs closer to the second quarter. There was a sing-along in the fourth quarter in like a critical time of the game.
There was, wasn't there?
And Adam and I were just looking around like, why are we doing this?
True.
I mean, at that point, you got to break out some AC/DC or something hardcore.
Oh, Thunderstruck, to me, and I don't know what gets people in this era or this generation juiced.
Yeah.
Thunderstruck makes me want to run through a brick wall.
Me too. Every time. I know it's overplayed, especially at stadiums.
Well, it's never played in Sanford Stadium.
Not in Sanford, yeah.
There's never any classic rock played in Sanford Stadium. Never, man. There's
wait. There it is.
When?
Baba O'Reilly, The Who.
Oh, yeah, Baba. But I'm talking in game.
Sure.
In game, right?
Fair enough.
Every freaking time I hear Crazy Train start up, it's not Crazy Train. It's the other. What's the
remix version?
The remix version. So, but I'm definitely not the one to gauge on what music should be played. So that's why I said, we need to bring in some rap with some with a custom music video. I really think that get the boys use.
We don't need it. HOT, Hot to Go. That song, we got to axe that. That stayed in 2024. We brought it up the other night in fourth quarter. HOTTOGO. They were singing along to it. It was one of the songs in the sing-along.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Who sings it?
I don't know.
But
it's
that's
very
the ones
poppy.
Man.
We got to leave that in 24.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on here. Let's go to a weekly concession stands report.
All right, give it to us.
We're delaying the inevitable, the football talk here.
We got to dot all the I's, cross all the T's.
That's right.
We get there then.
All right, this week's report comes from none other than my own mother, Jennifer Gaines. Adam, she got to her seat with a Papa John's personal pizza.
Yeah.
She bit into it, and she said it was cold and it was tough. And we can't have that.
No, we can't. And I remember when she got it. It's not like she got it with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Right.
It was pregame.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Pregame. So that's inexcusable.
Yes.
You got to have those things, and the concession stand staff has to make sure they're in the insulated bags.
Right.
That, that the heat is trapped in there and keeps them. So, because obviously the Papa John's pizza is not made in stadium, right?
Well, that might be the problem here. I think we should advocate for a commercial oven that goes in these concession stands.
With Red Bear and pizza.
Yes.
Like, you remember Red Bear?
I remember.
Back in the day.
Especially
those
baseball.
Little foam footballs. Yeah, we used to have one. Yeah, that could be it. So I hate hearing that, man. Your pizza needs to be warm.
I agree.
When you get it, especially pre-game.
Yeah, she said it was a 2 out of 10 on the pizza. That's terrible. That's a terrible rating right there.
Yeah, that's bad.
But she said she was also very impressed, though, by the efficiency of the grab-and-go stations, but felt like the trade-off with that is with the quality of the food. So, though they do have the food
it's
pumping out
there. It's going to sit. We talked about that. There needs to be some studies done on the grab and go, especially the ice melting and watering down a drink, right? Of how many you could stack and leave out there before the next one needs to be made, right? And that's a good point. There's some sacrifice that has to be made when doing that for sure.
Exactly. You go to a local high school football game, and you got to wait in line, right? You got to. There's about 10 people in line, and you're going to miss a couple of plays, whatever. But at least you get your food hot and fresh.
That's true.
About 90% of the time.
That's a great point.
So we got to find a balance, I would say.
It's good.
Anyway, speaking of my mom, Adam, I want to shout out our mothers.
Yes.
I think that I'm just going to take the opportunity to shout out my mom and your mom. They have been going to these games with us since we were kids. They have traveled, home games, away games, all in between. And we love our respective mothers. We love our respective dads too, but our dads would much rather sit at home and watch from the confines of their home on their lazy boy recliners. Nothing wrong with that.
True.
You know?
That's right.
And
100%.
I love my mom, and I know you love your mom. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Shout out to our mothers.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's why I'm obsessed with Georgia football.
Yeah. They've been with us in the highest of highs and lowest of lows. So.
That's right. That's right. So good. I like that. That's
Yeah.
good. Brings something good for.
That's right. We're trying to be positive here.
That's
And I'm about to bring down the mood with some
All right,
Clark's,
give it to us. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Clark's not so fun facts.
I've been itching to go ahead and get this conversation started, Clark.
I
So it's
know.
time.
Here
It's
we go.
time. We delayed it long enough.
All right, 3
Give it to
not
us.
so fun facts here. In our last 5 Power 4 games against Power 4 opponents, we are 3-2 with all 3 wins happening in overtime.
Wait, repeat that one more time.
Okay?
Say it one more time.
This is crazy. Yes.
All right.
Digest this. In our last 5 games against Power 4 opponents, we are 3-2, 3 wins, 2 losses. All 3 of those wins happening in overtime. Okay? Think about it. Texas
Tech.
in the SEC Championship, Tech in
And
overtime.
then Tennessee.
And Tennessee, overtime.
And losses to Notre Dame and Alabama.
Right. It's kind of crazy.
That's wild, man.
If that doesn't tell you that the playing field has been leveled, I don't know what does.
Oh, 100%. Has been level.
Yeah.
Has been level.
Alabama's 13 third down conversions were the most Georgia has ever allowed under Kirby Smart.
Not just Kirby Smart. Never allowed that any during the Willie Martinez era.
Really?
Not one time. 30 years.
Wow.
The last time that Georgia, what year is it? Was Ray Goff's last year in Athens, 95.
Dang. That's crazy.
And I don't know who it was against, but I would imagine it'd be like Florida. The Florida game, and that would have been the Florida game in Athens with Spurrier, which back then to Georgia fans, what Alabama is now to Georgia and to Kirby Smart is Steve Spurrier in Florida was that.
In the 90s.
And Tennessee. Actually, multiple teams were like that to Georgia back then. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the last not so fun fact here. Georgia's 33 home game winning streak has been snapped by none other than Alabama, of course.
Yeah.
That one pains me.
They broke our just winning streak. And then they broke our regular season winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
And then they broke our home game winning streak.
Yep.
I mean, you just got to tip your hat. It is what it is. There's
Yeah.
nothing you could say, really. I mean,
Right.
it's just nothing. It's just.
Just throw your hands up. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it sucks. Yep, we didn't get off to a fast start, Adam. Didn't get it. We needed one.
Yeah.
And, we got the ball first, stalled out, 3 and out, punted the ball. And we'll kind of start from there. So
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
I don't know where we should specifically start. Let's go with Georgia's offense.
Well, what's on your heart to start with first, Clark?
I say let's start with the offense.
Okay, let's start with the offense.
Because we'll save I think the meat of the conversation actually comes with Georgia's defense.
Absolutely.
So we'll save that for just a little bit.
Absolutely.
Let's go with Gunner. Gunner went 13 for 20, 130 yards, a touchdown. Not a crazy stat line by any means.
No, I mean, throwing for 130 yards in 2025 is usually not what you want to see.
Right.
But you'll get to what was done on the ground.
Yep.
And that was something we have not seen a Georgia offense do in a very long time.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute since we have run for 100+ yards in a game. Had a rusher with 100+ yards in a game.
And Chauncey Bowens did.
Chauncey Bowens, player of the game on offense in my mind. I mean, the kid, let me look at his stat line right quick. He had 12 carries for 119 yards, averaging right at 10 yards a carry.
Unreal, man.
And here's my favorite thing. He had a long of 43 yards. And not only him, we had 4 players with at least one explosive play on the ground. I'm telling you, if there's one positive you can pull away from this game, our ground attack, our rushing attack was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It really was.
The first 4 games of the year so far, the rushing attack, man, has been the best it's been in a while.
Yeah.
Man, and especially this past game against Alabama. Explosive running plays. It's felt like it's been forever since we've seen that consistently in a football game for this Georgia offense. So that's very nice to see, man.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice to see.
Yep.
Chauncey Bowens is the best back in that room.
I agree.
Somebody said preseason I was very excited about, and I really like where he's heading, man. And I think he's going to be somebody who's just going to be the guy who takes over the majority of the snaps for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I'm not complaining on that. I mean,
No, absolutely not.
I think he has the best vision and awareness of any of the running backs, and that's no hate to any other guy in that running back room. But I mean, he stepped it up, and I greatly, I really like this guy, Chauncey. So I also like Josh McCray. I thought Josh McCray had some big time runs in the red zone.
Yeah.
I think you could argue right now he is the best red zone back in America.
Yeah, I mean,
one of
you
it.
can. I guess I hadn't watched many red zone black
Me
backs.
neither. That's what I'm saying.
You're quote unquote red, but yeah.
Sure.
But no, I mean, as far as just the element that we have now, when you get into the red zone with him and what he's been asked to do, and it's like we saved him for Tennessee and SEC play. It's been great surprise, man. Because honestly, there was some rumblings about some off field stuff he had going on, and might not be a factor this year.
Yeah.
So you had that kind of happen leading up to the Tennessee game and preseason and everything. But now that he's been on the field and contributed, man, I see he'll probably take a bigger role. But being able to have him and in the red zone like that and be able to be on the goal line and just he's proved it now 2 games in a row, being able to just get them tough 1 or 2 yards that you need. And there'll be an elephant in the room talking about a certain 1 or 2 yards that was needed there but later on in the episode. But yeah, McCray's been very good, I feel like.
Yeah. I
And
thought
exactly what we wanted him to be coming in.
for sure. Yeah, did a great job on the ground. I mean, really awesome job. Minus the 1 fumble from Nate Frazier. God bless him. I think he has the yips. I don't know what it is, but when we get into a big time game and situation, and I hate to single him out like this, but it really has become a problem.
Yeah, you can't.
Fumbling the football, man, and especially right in the red zone there for Alabama, and that's where they recovered it. They got it within their own 15 or something.
Yeah, defense bowed up. They get a field goal. There's a difference in the football game.
Right.
Now, obviously, there's so much more stuff that you can point to. The whole team overall, not just on offense, but that's one right there is a costly mistake in big-time football games where teams are evenly matched that can decide the difference in the game. And that's one of the ones you can point to right there is a fumble inside your own 20, and you allow that free points for Alabama right there.
Exactly.
Extra possession. Boom.
Yeah. I thought Colby Young had an excellent day. He had 4 receptions, 59 yards, touchdown on a beautiful slant and go. I tell you, he has stepped it up, and he's a stud. Yep. I love some Colby Young.
He is a stud. Colby Young definitely is a stud. A guy that's going to be fun to watch the rest of the year. Him alongside Zachariah Branch, man, is definitely the top 2 dogs in that wide receiver room.
Yeah.
And I felt like Dylan Bell finally getting him the ball, kind of hitting the edge, man, and found a hole and got an explosive there. What, about a 43-yard
Something
run?
like
So
that,
utilizing him in a good way right there. That kind of just wide receiver reverse fake there that he was able to cut it upfield finally in one of them plays and be able to get an explosive play there. So.
And it was a great play call.
It was
a great play call, and it was
a great play call.
It was
a great play
executed perfectly.
It was.
I'm just saying.
It was a good play call.
Oh boy.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to have to end up with that.
For sure.
There's an elephant in the room.
Yeah, absolutely. Zachariah Branch had an awesome day again, per usual. 3 receptions, 35 yards. Doesn't seem like he did a lot, but man, I mean, he made some big time catches.
That 3rd down play, Clark, where he climbed the ladder.
Yes.
And great football by Hunter Stockton as well. All the way around, 3rd and long like that was just a remarkable play on both ends.
That was the best passing catch I've seen in Sanford Stadium for the red and black in a long, long time. I mean, that was a big boy throw. It was an even bigger
100%
catch.
100% was.
I mean, I was so impressed. And, man, I love Zachariah Branch, not just because of his ability to score and to get in open space and whatnot. I think he really loves being here. You know, you can kind of tell that.
That's right.
And it seems to me, at least, sitting up at row 60, section 108, that he's kind of becoming a leader on this offense, I would say. I mean, guys are looking up to him, though he's only like 5'10" or something. Guys seem to look up to him, you know?
Absolutely.
And I think that's cool. So just trying to find some positives here.
No, absolutely.
But, one thing that just killed us offensively or third downs, really on defense and offense. Third downs were the story of this game. Georgia went 2 for 8 on third downs, 2 for 8.
And, we talked about how that could be a key factor in like an advantage that we could have because Alabama's defense has came in 119th in the country overall.
Yeah.
And on third down defense. So that was one that we really thought that, you could see. And then Georgia was 24th in the country coming into this game on third down efficiency, right? So that's one we circled, man. And thought that we would have more success there with that. So
you just got to tip your hat. Alabama played a great game.
Sometimes you just get your tail whooped and you're out coached. Let me start with that. More so than your tail whoop is out coached as well. And I think that's where I'd start. I'd go out coached and then your tail whooped.
Yeah. It was a physical game, but it's not like, I wouldn't say Alabama was just head and shoulders more physical than us, like you said.
Right.
It's just scheme and, just a few. Honestly, what it boils down to were a few critical plays on both sides of the ball, and we did not make the plays. Alabama did make the plays, and that's the difference. I think people look so far into these little minute details of a football game, blow them way out of proportion, and say, and then they'll do a blanket statement and say, "Oh, this is X, Y, and Z's fault, specifically them, solely them."
Yeah, it's so elementary. But two things: their coaches put them in better positions than their opponent, and they execute being in that position.
Yeah,
and then when you do that,
you win a game.
That's so
it's
simple.
elementary, but
it's
that's it. Yeah. And that goes really for any game, not even just football.
Yeah.
Let's go to let's talk about this right quick.
There you go. Yeah, let's go ahead. Talk about that.
I think this all ties in together. 4th and 1.
Okay.
That's kind of the elephant in the room here. Kirby went with the analytics right there. We're knocking on the door. We're trying to punch it in. We had a long drive up to this point, and we got to get points. It's 24-21 late in the game. Do you kick the field goal? Do you get aggressive? Adam, hindsight is always 20/20, right? It's one of those things. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of these things right here, Clark, that there's going to be a lot of talk about work this week. The church building after church on the Sunday after the game that y'all have discussed. I mean, everybody in the state is talking about this play right here in general, and a lot of people have different opinions. And there's a lot of opinions that really, they're right in different ways. In the sense of you could say a lot of different things about this. Obviously, yes, you could kick the field goal and make it 24-24. You're not on the road, so you might say, yeah, do that. Your defense has held them to 0 points. But also there's a factor that's not been talked about that even though, yes, I know everybody's screaming at me, but Adam, they didn't score in the second half. The defense figured it out. Could there have been a mindset by this coaching staff that we needed to convert and go for the lead right there because we didn't think that possibly even taking the field goal that where our defense was and gassed at that point, getting later on into the second half, that we were going to be able to stop them.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just stuff that comes into play, Clark. Me personally, I'm going to play, I always love Sunday morning quarterback right here, right? I mean, me definitely do not know more than, less than 1% of what the stuff that Kirby Smart and that coaching staff knows of the game of football and X's and O's. I love if you're going to do that 4th and inches, and I'm just simple in the fact, especially when you got a quarterback who loves contact like Gunnar Stockton. Even if you're wanting to run a hurry up, come in a bunch formation, get to the line and sneak it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's my thing. But, Clark, and then you're going to say this too, so I'm going to say this, and then I want you to hear your opinion on it. There's multiple things. You could have called a timeout, let them review because it was close to the sticks right there. Or you could have, and then put personnel in there and get Josh McCray in there who we just bragged about in his short yardage being able to run and pick it. Or you could, or you could just actually look at the replay and say if you have one block right there, it's actually an 11 or 12-yard touchdown. The roof just comes off the place. I mean, there isn't no roof, but hypothetically speaking, that it just explodes, right?
Yeah, I'm of that mindset right there. I love being aggressive. Maybe that's just me in general, but like especially in that, you go for the jugular. You gotta chop the head off the snake. And Kirby's been bitten before by just playing conservatively. And that's my thing. People are going to complain if you kick the field goal. They're going to complain if you hand it off and get stuffed like they do.
Right.
There's people are always going to freaking complain about this stuff. But at the end of the day, it boils down to this. Coaches know the situation. They know their personnel better than you and anybody else out there combined. So I'm just going to trust their decision-making. I want to be a fan, and I'm going to support them. And now, that's not to say, I can't criticize them. If you want to criticize them, by all means, that's up to you. But for me personally, I don't want to be a miserable Debbie Downer. I'm not going to call out Mike Bobo and for his head and fire Mike Bobo. I don't really have time to do those things. No. I don't want that to take up my mental capacity. And so in that situation, you're right, Adam. I mean, yes, there's a lot of different ways you could have done that. In my opinion, I love the call. Yes, in hindsight, maybe we should have had somebody else other than Cash Jones out there. Yeah, for sure. But you make one block, one guy does their job, or one guy doesn't do their job.
Potentially an 11-yard touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. One guy
absolutely
actually blocks somebody, and it's a touchdown, potentially.
And a freshman tackle is going to be good.
Yeah, he will.
He's going to be really good and had some good moments last night. That offensive line, I thought, played a heck of a game. That's the unpopular. I'm getting screamed at and called. I can only imagine what people are calling me right now for actually admitting that the offensive line is saying, well, if they played a good game, right?
If they are calling you out for that, then they don't know football. Well, I hate to be that way, but
I thought the least of our worries that you could complain about would be the offensive line last night or Gunnar Stockton. Truth, I mean, everybody wants to talk about his limitations and stuff. That's fine, but Gunnar Stockton was not the reason why Georgia lost that football game. Right. And I'm going to say it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is really going to get it riled up.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Bobo wasn't the reason they lost that football game. And if you want to take that 4th and 1 a step further, it's not Mike Bobo's call to go for it on 4th and 1.
Yes, sir. I'm glad we're on the same page here. We're going to vehemently defend Mike Bobo.
Well, we're too late to go back.
We're pushing all our chips in.
And he might not be the offense coordinator next year, so you might as well just support him the rest of the year, right? I mean, it might not be. So, but if you want to criticize, that's fine. I can see your point of it, and I'm not going to call it, but in the sense of, well, Adam, if it's personnel stuff, and you already know, and you're already starting to line up that 3rd and 4 play that you're going to run a zone read and Gunner keep it and try to pick up. And if you get any positive yardage, like Kirby said, they're going to automatically go for it on 4th down. But you're going to have to go with the personnel that's on the field. Then why do you have Cash Jones on the field at that 3rd down and not already have McCray, Chauncey Bowens? If you know it's a possibility that's going to be short yardage right there at the sticks to have one of those other backs in, well, that's a fair argument on their point too. I'll give you that. But
if you just execute, it doesn't matter if it's Cash Jones. It doesn't matter if it was me out there or you, Adam. It doesn't matter. If you execute, if you do your job on the field, then it works.
To me, Clark, too, if you watch that play, Alabama's defense thinks it's going to be a tunnel screen to the left. To the left.
Yeah.
And that whole defense are cheated over to the hash on that side of the field. Ready to crash.
Your safety's over there. It's a beautiful play call.
It's just that's the beauty of the game of football. It's one block. One block can make or break you.
Yeah.
And inches.
Yep. This is why it's a team game.
So I'm gonna go on that side that after you calm down, you look at it and you evaluate the whole thing. Everybody can have their opinion and there's some justifiable points I feel like with that particular play and other plays throughout the night that people can have good arguments both sides. I'll say that. But my side's going to be that honestly if you really look at the play, if you just get a player executes on that particular one, it could have been a touch. Not even just convert a yard. It could have been a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. Oh, man. Yeah, people very, very quick to criticize without actually analyzing and critically thinking and just looking at the play and where it might have broken down. Mike Bobo can't go out there and block a defensive end. He can't. He just has to trust, just like we as fans, we hope that our guys execute. He just has to trust in his players that he watches on a daily basis and studies and analyzes for hours on end every single day. You got to trust that Mike Bobo knows what he's doing and knows what he's calling. And here's the thing. If Kirby decides that it's not at his level or his standard
Yeah.
to win a championship game, I promise you he will get rid of Mike Bobo. If that's what he genuinely believes.
And also, you have to trust your 5-star, highly paid NIL freshman wide receiver to catch a uncontested football that hits them right in the hands. I mean, and not because Talon Taylor's going to make some great plays for the University of Georgia.
Yep.
I truly believe that. He's a special talent. He'll be good. But that was a dialed-up touchdown to go ahead.
Yep.
And then if you even want to go further, the very next play, if executed right, that tunnel screen.
To Zachariah Branch, yep.
At least the first down, but with Zachariah's speed and the open field that was in front of him.
And the blocking.
Who knows what could have been after that too. So that's 2 plays right there. And the one where I'll say, it's a head scratcher. And the one that if you want to hang your hat on, if you want to be a Bobo, just critic this game and you are absolutely determined to pin this game on Mike Bobo. Just the one. We're just going to pick if you want to. That's not our position. Then I guess it was a swing pass to Cash Jones on 3rd and 9. It was no design screenplay. It was just a straight swing pass. And I even contemplated wanting to go back and look if there was any indication of a receiver downfield or any indication of Cash Jones wanting to pull up and throw the football, which in that case I don't think would have been a good call either. Or maybe the swing pass, Clark, could have potentially have been something that we felt like we could get a quick 4 or 5 and make it instead of 3rd and long, 4th and manageable, and then go for it on 4th down and open up the playbook. But if you want to argue, well, you need to be pushing it to the sticks or past the sticks anyway on 3rd and 9, I get that too. I get that too if you want to. So just look at it all the way out.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite play call in that situation. I'm not saying I would have called that myself. But I had once again another execution thing. Go back and watch that play. 3rd and 9. That swing pass Cash Jones to the right. Go back and watch it. I want you to watch London Humphreys. He whiffs badly. And I'm not saying if he doesn't whiff and he does block it that we pick up the first down, but you're right. At least it gets us 4th and 2, 4th and 3 potentially. And that's a lot more manageable than 4th and 9. And in that situation, I think too, I would have gone for it there. 4th and 9.
Yeah.
Instead of just punting the ball, getting rid of it.
Well,
give yourself one more shot. I mean, there's not much of a difference at that point between.
You get it. You have the timeouts in your pocket too.
Right.
But no, you're right. I mean, there's so many different stuff you could talk about. And then, the people who want to counter that play with the swing pass right there in the block, we would say, Clark, well, why is, in such a pivotal down, are you calling plays that there has to be so much more extra execution by throwing a pass at the line of scrimmage like that, where you have to have a perimeter block, not only just good pass pro from the offensive line and a good route beyond the sticks and have time to deliver it, 9 or 10 yards down the stick. You have to have your ultimately that's a running play in the sense of where the ball was thrown. You know what I'm trying to say. It's not pushing it 9 or 10 yards downfield. You have to have perimeter blocking alongside of everything else and stuff. So that's just for people if they want to argue that. I'm sure that'll come up as well. I get that too. But no, but from our side, like you said though, Clark, exactly. You look at that. If you do get that perimeter block right there too, and that nobody's talked about that either.
No, nobody likes to talk about the players actually doing their job on the field. It's the stale take over and over and over. Fire Mike Bobo, Mike Bobo, Mike Bobo. I'm so sick of it.
But whose job is it to fundamentally get the player? I'm with you 100%.
No, I'm with you on
because
the coaching aspect. Yes, I do think coaching all across the board has diminished from the 2022 season. I will say that.
Yes.
From
the top on down.
Yes.
And now,
on both sides of the ball.
And now you've got to a point in college football where it is more important to have more fundamentally sound X's and O's coaching than it is a staff full of recruiters.
Right.
Because
I agree. But there's a difference between the coaching and the play calling. The play calling, in my opinion, on offense, it's not as bad as people are saying.
No.
The coaching.
I agree.
The drop passes, the not being able to shed blocks 100%. On defense, the things that you are supposed to do on the field specifically that you're coached to do throughout the week, that's where we're starting to lack a little bit. And that's the difference in the games.
And that's why I'm 100% in agreement with you. I just love, since we have this pot throwing out what other people are going to say, devil's advocate type stuff that you're going to hear. But in no way, shape, or form, if you want to go to your top reason why that game was lost to go to Mike Bobo, I think that's crazy.
Me too.
I think that's crazy.
If anything,
I think that's
Adam,
crazy.
And I think let's go to the other side of the ball. Unless you got anything else to say about offense.
Man, I think, man, that I'm very encouraged with how we're running the football, and it's still a young on the offense side, especially on the defense side of the football. But we said preseason, be patient with this football team.
Yeah.
Let these kids develop, and I still think we could have a special year on the offense side of the football with the weapons we have, especially how the line's gelling. A lot of young talent on the offensive line, man. When you think about Glover and Gaston back, man, and Hewley, so yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. This loss is not on Mike Bobo.
Well, it's on everybody.
Let's say that. It's on everybody. You're right. Not specifically on Mike Bobo, but it is on the coaching staff, which starts, more importantly, if you want to pin this loss on one person, you have to. It's Kirby Smart.
Yep. I agree. All right, let's go to the other side of the football. Georgia's defense. First two Alabama offensive drives, Adam, I think is what won Alabama this game. I want to tell you about this. First two drives they had, both 14 plays. 14 plays is a lot for one drive, okay? They did that back to back. The first 14-play drive they had, they went 74 yards. They kept the ball for 6 minutes, 30 seconds. They were 4 for 4 on third downs, and they scored 7. That is demoralizing. And if that weren't enough, the very next time they get the ball, after Georgia stalls out yet again on offense, we go 14 plays, 83 yards. They do 6 minutes, 57 seconds on that drive, and they also went 4 for 4 on that, on third downs, and scored 7.
Right.
Those two drives right there were absolutely demoralizing for this Georgia defense, man. And, you know, that's I said it just a while ago. Third downs won this game for Alabama. They played better, both sides of the football, on third downs, more specifically on offense. They went 13 for 19 on third downs. And we just could not get off the field to save our lives.
Yeah, you can't, man. And then that's going back to the offense too. I mean, there was limited touches on the offense side of the football as well. When an opposing team's offense converts 13 third downs, and you're at third down situations, and then they're moving the sticks 13 times doing that, then you're not winning the time of possession battle. So your offense is getting limited touches touching the football as well. So yeah, going back though defensively, yeah, man. I mean, those first two drives, and we talked about that. Everybody, national talking head, knows that the type of quarterback Ty Simpson is. You give him time in a clean pocket to throw the football, then with that receiving group, man, he's going to pick you apart. Yeah. And he was able to get in that rhythm, build that confidence those first two drives, man. And I mean, some just beautifully drawn up plays. Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer absolutely took Glenn Schumann and Kirby Smart to school.
Yeah, he put on a clinic.
Let's just that's my take of it. I mean, very creative, very good game plan by them. Well executed plays when we were trying so desperately to cause some disruption, get home, sending extra guys, of halfback screen plays that were just beautifully executed by Alabama. Yeah. And especially in the first half right there. And what killed me, man, is they work with their tight ends and running backs and that work the flats so well.
Yeah, they do.
Just short dump off passes and so much yards after catch too.
Right.
And poor freaking tackling.
Yeah, tackling was very crappy all night. Going back to Ty Simpson right quick, man, just played at an elite level, unconscious. He went 24 for 38. That doesn't sound amazing, but God, he had 276 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and he was threading the needle on some of those.
Oh, yeah.
That one specifically on the sideline, our sideline, early in the game there to that Horton kid. It was a great throw.
I think it was we were playing cover 2 there, and he just threaded the needle, found that soft spot, and just
They did a great job attacking the middle of the field too. You're right. They ran some good screens. Just took advantage of our aggressiveness. You know, it's not like we weren't sending heat. We were. Yeah. They were picking it up really well. Credit to their offensive line, man.
100%. Caden Proctor's a beast, Clark. You said it right. We were getting pressure. Quarterback hurt is a pressure, but we weren't getting home, right? And, and when you don't get home and get them behind the sticks, man, and especially just a lot. I mean, they were they were getting positive yardage when they ran the football a lot, and even every play just seemed like they were getting positive yardage. It felt like more likely than not. And then when you do that, you open up your playbook, you put yourself in so much better of a position, man. That and you just got to tip your hat to their coaching staff and Ty Simpson, their offensive line, their whole offensive unit, man. That first half really just I think took Georgia's defense to school.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys, our guys, being someone on the line and then just getting hooked. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and blame the refs and, the refs are why we lost this game. Correct. I'm not going to do that. I'm not one of those fans. But I will say this. There were a lot of holding calls missed go for Georgia's sake. And, I will say at least they called it both ways.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was probably some holding that they missed on Georgia as well. But, man, it just seemed like – they missed some. Yeah. Big ones, too.
Yeah.
But I think if there's one thing we did great defensively was slow down their run game. We allowed just 117 rushing yards, which is very respectable, especially knowing that they had Jam Miller playing. They averaged just 3.1 yards per carry, so nothing crazy there. I was pretty impressed by the run defense.
Yeah, outrushed them by over 100 yards.
Yeah.
And we've said how many times has the leading Russian team won this football game?
A lot.
Back till, past 10 meetings or so. That'd be right. So, that's a crazy statistic. But, going back, like you said, those third down plays and conversions and Alabama executing and ending drives with 7 points and just having just enough of them. So, let's see. I want to DeMello Jones at cornerback. Clark, what'd you think about him coming in? I thought he had a solid game.
Yeah, played pretty good. We didn't see Daniel Harris much at all yesterday.
I don't think we did at all. I don't remember him being out there. He might have got a snap or two. Our boy Busky would probably break down how many snaps, but I don't remember ever really seeing him out there. And I'm not going to go back and rewatch that football game. I've watched a couple plays here and there, but yeah. Let me ask you about Kyron Jones, safety. What's your thoughts on him?
I didn't think he had his best game. Out of position a few times. I don't know. He came up in run support.
I was about to say, what if I told you he was the second leading tackler for the second game in a row?
Really?
Yeah.
I believe it.
I tell you,
I think he had a good game in that sense of just getting to the football and whatever. But there were a couple times
he was exposed.
He was exposed,
without a doubt.
Especially that first Ryan Williams deep post. He was wide open and. He just got out of position. There's
definitely missing guys that we've been accustomed to at that other safety position.
Yeah.
But I tell you, a lot of they played Everett at star some and Aguero at safety, and kind of like that. But then again, you're going to have to trot out Daniel Harris, Ellis Robinson, DeMello Jones, two of those three at the cornerback spots. If you're going to shift Everett into safety or to star like that, I have a take too. For what it's worth, I think we talk about letting Chris Cole get on the outside, pin his ears back, and try to go after the quarterback. I think he's more valuable on the inside and being able in coverage, pass coverage.
Yeah,
I think he's quicker and better at that than C.J. Allen. Mm-hmm. And might be an unpopular opinion. Now I love C.J. Allen. Not saying this, but I felt like Justin Williams shined a lot too, and the defense did when he was in there at inside linebacker as well.
Yeah. A lot of different ways you can play it. That's why I got different packages. But, man, it didn't. It just seemed like we could not get off the field. And, the stats prove it, 13 for 19. That's just really the story of the day. And Ty Simpson just playing out of his mind. Hats off to him. Really. We came in before this game, we were talking about how he could hurt you with his legs. And, yes, he did have one play there. I think it might have been the first drive where he converted on a third and long. We had pressure there, almost got home on that, and then he scampered for the first down. But other than that, really wasn't a factor with his legs as much, just because he could throw the ball down the field. Why run if you got guys open? So, yeah, man, I don't know. This Georgia defense obviously is not what it used to be. I think we've got to reset our expectations from a few years ago. We're so used to the Jordan Davises and the Kobe Deans, Channing Tindalls, the Lewis Scenes, the Keely Ringos.
You'll never see that again.
You'll never, ever see that again.
No, you won't.
And I think a lot of people out there I'll just put it this way. I think there's a lot of people who started watching football, Georgia football that is, around that era and falling in love with it, and that's great. We're glad you're here. But you got to understand the game has changed dramatically from that point. And you're right. There will never, ever be another 2021, really, or 2022 defense that we'll see at that level playing, especially with the schedule we have nowadays.
Yeah, man. 100% right, man. But you still have a defense that's one of the most top 3 talented as far as littered with 5 stars overall in the country. And so they should play at a high level.
I agree.
And they're not. Mm-hmm. And I really thought coming out of the Marshall game, beginning of the year, just looking the eye test and some of these guys, still young, probably more younger than the offense, I would say. Going to grow, get better as the year progresses, I truly feel like. But they definitely have got to be developed. Mm-hmm. The talent's there, but the coaching staff, man, has definitely got to earn their pay developing this group. Yeah. And, we can't shy away from the fact that I think the coaching staff from Kirby on down let this team down. Because, Clark, I said at the beginning of and I think you had a clip go viral, some misconstrued from that Marshall game saying the pieces are there to win a national championship. Yes, because you have the talent. And I said that because the talent is there to win the national championship. And I felt like there's a connection and a resiliency about this team. And this team being resilient, my mind didn't change on that at all.
No.
After this, I mean, those boys fought. Mm-hmm. Those boys fought, man. And I still think they will continue to fight the rest of the way and still have a great year and set themselves up for a possible SEC championship playoff. Who knows, man? Definitely a playoff run, and we'll see. But definitely got to get better and improve, and that's going to start with this coaching staff. But that definitely a drop off. I think we would definitely it wouldn't be right to say that there wasn't a drop-off in position coaches on the defense side of the football than what we've been accustomed to. From even Kirby's beginning of having the Mel Tuckers, Dan Lannon's out there, man, Fran Brown, obviously, and the elephant in the room is no more Will Muschamp, as in a bigger role anymore. So, I mean, you're seeing that from a fundamental standpoint, but young guys, and let's just see how it goes the rest of the year, man. But definitely concerning and disappointing so far defensively. And, I'll eat my crow after coming out of Knoxville. I said, let's see what they do against Alabama. And didn't.
I mean, they held them to 24 points, and that means something. That Alabama offense, if they play like they did against us, they might very well win this whole thing. I mean, just at that level of play, they were almost flawless, I thought.
Well, I mean, they're,
and yet we held them to 24 points. We shut them out in the second half. I mean, we made the adjustments at halftime that needed to be made to give us a shot at winning this thing. And we just couldn't do it, And so you got to tip your hat to Georgia's defense in the second half. The first half, man. Whew.
But defensively, you can't keep putting your offense in position to getting holes at halftime. Yep. And, on the flip side, last year you want to talk about it, that the offense wasn't putting up points coming up to the half. So this year right now, so far through 2 SEC games, still with a lot of football to be played. So this narrative can be completely flipped. And I think they're going to continue to get better because such of the youth that's on that side of the football. But, we can't get to the point where these slow starts on the defense side of the football, talking about this year's unit, and expect to just have a big push, adjustments coming out of the half, and coming back there at the end of the game and winning a close game, winning a game in overtime.
Yeah.
So got to get out of that. Got to start fast on defense, man. But a lot of good players on that defense, a lot of potential there. Yep. And let's just see how development goes and how these boys grow up, man. But disappointing for sure.
Yep. But
some bright spots.
There are.
That's what we're here to
and a lot of football to be played. All our goals are still ahead of us. It's just football. This is part of the game. You're not going to win every single one of them.
Yeah, and we did. I felt like we didn't get any interior pressure, up the middle in the first half. In the second half, man, you kind of saw that come to life a little bit more. And that, I feel like, was a factor in getting Simpson a little bit off his rhythm a little bit more than obviously when he wasn't at all in the first half.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here. I think we've kind of covered our ground there. Georgia's special teams, last unit we'll talk about very quickly. Great job by Brett Thorson. He does a phenomenal job with that leg of his. 4 punts, 176 yards total, 44 yards average. There were 3 that landed in the 20, so he definitely helped us flip the field. That was a bright spot there. Kicking game is elite. Peyton Woodring didn't even attempt a field goal. That's crazy to think about it.
Yeah, he did.
But, yeah, he didn't. He went 3 for 3 on extra points. And, my gosh, was that not the worst field goal you've ever seen that Alabama kicker had?
You know, we talked about that. It's amazing, man. And I don't know, this kid might be good, and that was just an offside. I don't know, so it's really unfair of me to say. But it just seems like Alabama, going back to Saban years, outside of Will Reichard, and even maybe that just place kicking has always been just very I don't know, uncertain with them.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, he shanked that. It was one of those that you knew right off the bat it was missed badly. Like, you didn't even have to wait for the end zone crowd's reaction to know whether it was good. Yeah, you just knew. So, anyway. All right, folks. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Georgia loses 24-21. Sucks. Not good. But, hey, all of our goals are still ahead of us. It's just a few plays. You didn't win them.
Again, let's just real quick reshift your focus with this new era of football, man. We have the talented roster to win national championships. It might not be this year, but there's so much parity now in college football. And, I mean, you're going to get to the end of the year, and I feel like there's going to be just whoever gets hot and healthy at the right time is going to win it.
Yep.
So much football to be played. It's exciting as a fan just to watch the college football landscape, but it's different now, and you're never going to see what we saw in 21 and 22 again. But you're fielding top talent, and you got to coach them up and go out there and execute. And let's see what happens the rest of the way, man. Let's see what happens the rest of the way. I'm still very excited to see.
Like it. All right, we got a new AP poll here. Unchanged again. Number 1, Ohio State. They just stick around at the top. We have number 2, Oregon, with a big win in Happy Valley. Good on Dan Lanning. At 3 is Miami. Number 4, Ole Miss. Look at them, the Rebels. Who's coming into town in a few weeks into Athens. Big win over the LSU Bayou Bengals and Brian Kelly.
I think they hold the SEC's longest home win streak now.
Ole Miss? Yeah, I think you're right. That sounds right. At number 5, Oklahoma. 6, Texas A&M. 7 is now Penn State. They dropped down to number 7. And then another Big Ten team at 8, Indiana. Number 9, Texas. And at 10, Alabama. They moved back into the top 10. Mm-hmm. Georgia drops all the way down from, I believe, 5 to 12. LSU also dropping out of the top 10 to number 13. So, yeah, just a new AP poll. Interesting shift right there. But, you know, who really cares about the AP poll?
I care less about the AP poll.
I was about to say, we get the college football playoff in, another week or 2?
Nah, it's always the Tuesday following Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was a little bit
first
sooner.
week in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
They need to just go ahead. Why don't they just why don't they just start in the beginning of the season?
No.
Makes you wonder. So that's your AP poll for this week. And then last but not least, let's talk about last week's games. Unfortunately, we didn't get to watch a lot of these just because we were out tailgating. And, yeah, we had the games on. But, you know, some of these games, like Oregon-Penn State, was during our game, so didn't get to watch much. But, nonetheless, let's go through some of these. USC at Illinois. Illinois wins 34-32.
Yeah, big win for the Illini after just getting the brakes beat off of them last week in Bloomington against Indiana. So, good bounce-back win over a ranked USC team. Tough loss for Lincoln Riley, man.
Yep.
Who continues to underperform. So.
Yeah. All right, next game here, Notre Dame at Arkansas. Jeez Louise. 56-13 beat down. The Fighting Irish, man, they just put it on. Sam Pittman, who is now
terminated.
Fired.
You just knew it was tough. As somebody who loves Sam Pittman, you just knew watching that game. This was the end.
Yeah.
This was the last stand. It's over, and just go ahead. Let's just crush it now. Yes, it would be great to have Sam Pittman back coaching at the University of Georgia as an offensive line coach, but that man is going to the Ozarks to his lake house and sipping on a cold beverage on the dock with his $30 million buyout.
Yeah, it sounds pretty nice.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't if he was that? And I hope he does. He deserves it. So,
yeah. Oh, Sam. That would be nice, but not going to happen. Man, Notre Dame, I mean, really showing out there. 56 points. They didn't have to do Sam Pittman like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've put themselves in a hole as they, going 0-2, losing to A&M and Miami. So now they're going to have to get as many style points as they can with their schedule the rest of the way to try to get a at-large bid in the playoff come December.
That's what happens when you don't play a conference championship.
That's right.
All right, we have the next game, Ohio State at Washington. We said this one might get a little interesting. I guess it was. Didn't see much of the highlights or anything on this, but Ohio State does win 24-6. So, yeah.
Took down old Jed Fish, man. I guess I hadn't kept up with much of them since opening week when they played Texas, but Matt Patricia, great defensive mind. Looks like he's got a good defense in Columbus up there, man.
Mm-hmm. Next game, the Magnolia Bowl, LSU at Ole Miss. Ole Miss wins 24-19.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch these highlights. I haven't done it yet.
LSU's offense, man, with Nussmeier, maybe not lighting it up as much as what people were thinking coming in with all those wide receiver transfers, right? I mean, so supposedly good defense in Baton Rouge, they say. So Ole Miss getting 24 on them, enough to win.
Yep. Ole Miss is looking scary.
Yeah, man, especially with how Lane Kiffin last year had Glenn Schumann's number in Oxford. Man, you can't sugarcoat it. So you get them in 3 weeks coming into Athens, so going to have to be ready to that game. But 2 big football games to play in between now.
For sure.
So, but could have an undefeated top 5 Ole Miss team coming into Athens for another big evening.
Another opponent on Georgia's schedule, Auburn went to Aggieland, Texas A&M. Texas A&M wins 16-10. I think this was a really fun game. Must have been a defensive slugfest here. Or maybe the offenses just weren't too hot.
Yeah.
I think what sealed the deal was a sack for Auburn. A&M sacked Jackson Arnold.
It's got to be like the 20th sack in the last 2 weeks Auburn's gave up.
Yeah. Interesting game there. Texas A&M's looking pretty good too.
Yeah, I love seeing Auburn lose 2 games like that. But it's still going to be night game for the first time since 2012 in Jordan-Hare in 2 weeks. And it's going to be tough.
Yep.
Still going to be tough nonetheless, even though Auburn's dropped 2 already.
The next one is Tennessee at Mississippi State.
Very fun game.
Yeah, overtime too, man.
Man.
God, poor Tennessee fans. Actually, no, I don't feel bad for them. At least they won this overtime. 41-34. This was a close one.
Close one, man. Good quarterback there in that Shaping kid in Starkville. Yep. So really, but Jeff Lebby is just that. This is one thing about the portal. If you don't have no base and recruiting and foundation, you just hit the refresh button and start over and bring in 30-plus guys and see, and hopefully they fit the culture and all bond and mesh together. And it looks like that's what's happening in Starkville, that this team's exceeding expectations so far, man. So tough loss for the Mississippi State faithful, man, but they're going to pop somebody that they shouldn't. And just
Georgia?
Think about it. After the cocktail party, you got to go to Starkville the week after in November. A lot of football to be played then, but that's one to keep an eye on, man, that trip is definitely looking a whole lot tougher than what we envisioned looking at the schedule in the offseason.
That's going to be a tough out for Georgia right there at Starkville. All right, the last game here, Oregon at Penn State, 30-24. My gosh, James Franklin just cannot win a big game. Did you hear that the fire? No, maybe it was they were booing. I know, middle of the game.
Rightfully so, honestly.
Really?
The resources of Penn State, man. No, that's one thing. I mean, we're spoiled. Georgia fans are spoiled, period. For the people who are just, honestly, I'll say this. For people, the sky's falling because we did lose to Alabama again. Think of what we've done against Tennessee, Florida. I mean, maybe it's just a product of being a fan from being at the Liberty Bowl in Memphis after a 6-7 season and losing 10-6 to Central Florida or stuff like that, or the Gator Bowl in 2013, stuff like that. But, I mean, we just won the SEC championship last year. Still a lot of football to be played. But these Penn State fans, man, have lost. Wait, he got one Big Ten championship in like 2016, didn't he?
I think so.
He's been there like 11 years.
Right.
But there's no big game wins. Home, away, conference championships, no whatever that Penn State has. I would be a little bit bitter if I were them. But I mean, it's kind of one of those things though, if if you fire them and you get rid of them, the grass might not always be greener. That's happened to many a program, especially, Tennessee, Philip Fulmer kind of situation. His later years, they push him out the door and they go through the wilderness for a long time until Heupel comes, right? So, honestly, it could have very easily happened in Athens, Georgia, letting go of Mark Richt. But thank God, you strike gold hitting with Kirby Smart. But,
happened to Auburn with Gus Malzahn. I'll get in my grave to that.
So, Oregon, man, 30-24, frustrating loss. I'm glad I'm not a Penn State fan, but good on Dan Lannon, man. Put another one in his belt. So
he looked like he snorted the line.
He was juiced in
his
post-game. He was juiced in the post-game, man. And that's a team right there. They go out and have a good NIL budget, and then Dan Lannon, heck of a coach, man, and just getting better.
Yeah.
But another guy, Kalen DeBoer owns.
I know. Gosh, dang, you have to laugh to keep from crying at this point, man.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Yep, folks, that's pretty much it for this episode. We're ready to move on from Alabama. Hey, tip your hat to Alabama, man. That's the one fan base you can't say anything to if you're a Georgia fan. I mean, really, what can you say? You're 1-10 in the last 11 meetings. It's terrible. I will say this.
Numb to it.
I will say this. If you are a fan of any other team besides Georgia and Alabama, you're just watching these games, you're welcome because we produce some of the best football games. I mean, think about it.
Absolutely.
Aside from 21 SEC championship in 2020, actually the 2020 game was pretty good for half.
For a while, yeah, it was.
But
yeah.
I'm just saying, man, I mean, there's some all-time classics between Georgia and Alabama. I just wish we would start being on the winning side of just a few of these.
That's what we talk about. Thank God for that night in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Man.
And Keely Ringo.
Yep.
And that defense of Stetson Bennett, Brock Bowers, that was sweet, man. But, yeah, I mean, there's been 3 games since then and 3 heartbreakers since then. So next time, I mean, we'll play them again next year in Tuscaloosa. Might meet them again at the end of the year, and maybe you get them then. But right now, I mean, there's nothing you could say, no excuse you can make.
Yep.
Just out-coached and outplayed, out-executed, man, and that's just it. They come into Athens, they had a chip on their shoulder, and they had a game plan, and their staff outsmarted our staff, and they outplayed us.
Yep.
That's as simple as that.
Yep.
No other excuse. That's all you can say, and you just got to flush it. Just what the doctor ordered next week when Kentucky coming to town, and then a couple, trip to Auburn, and then another big home game with Ole Miss, and let's just see where it goes. That's exciting, man.
Yeah.
That's exciting just to see, no tell from here on out where the rest of the year could go. This team can run the table, could be 11-1, staring at the SEC championship, or there could be 9-3 season more than likely, possibly. Or, so not more than likely, but that's on the, not outside the realm of possibility either, Clark. So
yeah.
That's what makes it exciting now in college football. It's truly really not knowing week to week.
Well, folks, we're going to move ahead. We got to look ahead. There's a lot of football to be played.
That there is.
As Kirby Smart says, don't let a game beat you twice. And that's true for us as fans. That's true for the team and the players and the staff. You cannot let this loss to Alabama beat you more than once. So we got to move on. There's a lot of football left to play. It's just time to roll forward.
Let's do it, man.
All right. If you've enjoyed this episode, we'd love it if you left us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you are on YouTube, make sure to comment. I don't know. Comment. Actually, don't comment. Just subscribe this week.
Yeah, just subscribe this week.
Let's not comment anything unless you're saying go Dogs or something. Oh, my gosh.
They can call us idiots if they want to.
Yeah, if you want to call us idiots,
that's your right. That's your right.
If you want to say fire Bobo,
it.
go for it. I don't care.
I get it.
I'm not even going to argue with you at this point. But anyway, upcoming this week, we're going to have another episode previewing the Kentucky game, talking about that game, what Georgia has to do to beat a very good Kentucky team.
A very good Kentucky team. That's coach speak.
Yeah,
that's coach speak.
It's very much coach speak.
Yes. Mark Stoops, God bless him, another a victim of the NIL. Yeah. Mike Gundy, Mark Stoops, man.
Dabo Swinney
right now. That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably. And you get them at home, too. I always play them. Even in Kentucky's heyday, you play them. It's when you go to Lexington that you really get nervous about. But
well, let me ask you right quick. Just we're looking at this from a little ways out. Kentucky, 12 o'clock. This sounds like kind of a family game. Would you consider this a family game?
I would consider this a family game. Probably going to be my daughter's first ever regular season game in Sanford Stadium.
That's awesome.
High noon, man. I'm fired up about that. Hopefully that works out. So that'll be a special day.
Very cool.
Special day. So, yeah. So, no, I mean, definitely Kentucky can beat you, but this rendition of them, I don't think is is as good as, circa 2018, 21 Kentucky. Like some of those teams that Mark Stoops done a good job over there, but far cry from where they were a few years back under Mark Stoops.
Yep.
So I expect this is a good rebound game, man, and continue just to get better. Flush this Alabama game behind you, and let's roll, man.
Let's do it. Yep, so Kentucky, 12 o'clock this upcoming week. We'll have a preview episode out about Wednesday, maybe 5 p.m.-ish.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for that. We got to look ahead. Got to move forward. Got to get past this one. As demoralizing as this loss was and as frustrating and infuriating as it is,
Gotta be
some
better.
of us out there, just got to improve. Got to get better, and a lot of football left. So
Yep.
glass half full here on the Row 60. Keep your heads up, Dawgs.
That's it, baby. Coaches got to look in the mirror. I think they will, man. It's crunch time now. You might have one more mulligan. Last year you were able to, but can't count on that, man. So big-time football being played. I'm excited about it, Clark.
Yeah.
That's what I love. It's just the thrill of every week. Just seeing, but a lot more great memories to be made this year.
Yes, sir.
I feel like that. I'm going to stand on that because that's what we do here at Row 60.
Yeah.
We're not. So it's time to see what this team's made of, this coach staff's made of. Get behind them, man.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, just get behind them. Big glass half full. Anyway, that's what we encourage you to do here at Row 60. We'll be back. Kentucky preview. Another great day in Sanford Stadium. Another great week of college football up ahead. We're blessed. We're thankful. We love y'all. Go Dogs,
Go Dogs.
baby.